The Appalachian Mountain Club is the country's oldest conservation group. We've been around since 1876, and we service the whole Northeast, up and down the whole Appalachian Mountain region. And AMC, from its inception, has always been about, by putting people in direct contact with nature, you're able to develop a really intense commitment to stewardship, environmental stewardship, and an environmental ethic where, that outdoor recreation component serves as the gateway. So in 2003, AMC took a ginormous leap and bought this tract, the 37,000-acre Katahdin Ironworks tract from International Paper. And then that opened the gateway for us, and we were able to acquire enough land so that today we're at 75,000 acres, soon to be 100,000 acres with another addition that we're working on currently. Now, this is the largest remaining contiguous forest left anywhere in the United States. It's 10.4 million acres. Growing up here, the forest it just defines everything that we do. It's where we make our living, and it's how our communities are built and how our lives are structured. So, for me, it was a wonderful experience, and it still is, to be able to run around on this land base, hunting and fishing and canoeing and cross-country skiing and snowmobiling, and just really enjoying unfettered public access, which is so unique for a private network of lands that exist here in northern Maine. Little Lyford is just a classic Maine sporting camp that started out life as a logging camp, and then once the logging in the area was done in the mid-19th century, it transitioned over into a sporting camp facility. So you've got a lodge where folks take their meals, you've got a bathhouse where folks use the shower facilities and the bathrooms, and then we've got a whole series of original cabins, some of them which date back to the 1890s, 1910s, and that AMC has been committed to rebuilding and maintaining. Backside of our lodging area, where folks store their skis before they go in and get a hot meal, we've got one of the original signs for Little Lyford that goes back to the 1940s. Usually people, right about now, start to filter in there, and they'll hang out there till after mealtime, and then they'll go back to their cabins. Mm-hmm. And actually, this facility is the first facility that AMC owns anywhere in the Northeast that we allow people to bring dogs to. So it's a dog-friendly camp. And then, of course, you look down the valley, and we've got the whole cabin, all the cabin row. So we've got the cabins on this side of the hill, bunkhouse in the ravine, and then the cabins right along the river up on the other hill. Cross-country ski trails run the gamut from sort of classic New England trails that are narrow, maybe tracked experiences, to broader skate skiing lanes. We also have 50 acres of glade skiing up on the side of Third Mountain, which is accessible by sort of AT-style touring skis up to the top and then ski back down through. So it's a broad mix that covers a tremendous amount of terrain. Our 90 miles of trail are all groomed every day. It's the largest free to the public network anywhere in New England. Yeah, so this is a brown ash tree, and we've got two different species of ash in Maine, white ash and brown ash. And for the Wabanaki, or the First Nations, the 4 tribes that still call Maine home for 12,000 years, this is central to their place in this landscape. So all 4 tribes share the same element of their creation story, where Gluskabe, the Great Spirit, shot an arrow into the brown ash tree, and when his arrow hit the brown ash tree, it split open and people emerged. The Wabanaki people came out of the brown ash. So we've got a nice, strange little yellow birch that looks like it's been hit many times by ice right here on the riverbank. And on one of the wounds on the side of the yellow birch, we've got a chaga fungus, which is a traditional medicinal fungus that was been used by the First Nations here for centuries. It's been used for medicinal purposes for thousands of years. And that's what's so great about these floodplain forests like this, where the river's right there, and this whole area floods several times throughout the year, so it's a very rich environment. You see this really, really old yellow birch tree. It's probably 300 to 400 years old. And if you look around, you can see all these late successional hardwood trees. So we've got a big stand of really mature trees through here that this is what we're trying to develop the forest into through forest management. So I won't live long enough to see the forest look like this, but this is the hope, that we'll have big old trees scattered throughout the forest, and we'll continue to manage it. And this is storing carbon, and it's also providing a wide array of habitat types for a huge number of species here in northern Maine.
When you look at a map of the United States at night, this is the last dark space on the map. So it's us. When people come and stay with us for the first time, they're amazed at how bright and dense the stars are in the sky. They're just not used to seeing that. And the value that it contributes to their visit and to their well-being is just amazing.
AMC's sort of focus on owning land here was to try to develop a new model of large land ownership where you combine purposefully forest management with landscape scale conservation and purpose-built outdoor recreation. So, when you come in and you experience this land base, you're taking part in a massive 157 square mile conservation project. And it's a pretty meaningful thing, when folks show up and they experience this, that you can meld all these values into one economic engine that is really bolstering the local economy here.